Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, celebrity interviews, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
And welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again, but for our radio audience here in Mississippi at WYAD 94.1 FM and WYADonline.com, we're glad that you all could be with us. Also, tuning in through our friends at iHeartRadio and Amazon Music Podcast. We're glad to have all of you with us as well. Well, I think it's no secret to say that the pandemic has really impacted us all, but it has had a disproportionate impact on women. Research has shown that not only are they unequally represented in many of the business sectors most negatively impacted, but they've also taken on more of the household burdens when it comes to remote school, remote work, child care, and also other hardships. But the good news is there's an increased number of women who have been turning to e-commerce to help ease some of the financial strain of the pandemic. Among other things, October is recognized as National Women's Small Business Month. Here to talk to us more about what some women have been able to do thanks to sites like eBay, we're excited to welcome Liz O'Kane to our program. Liz is not only the owner of the eBay store, Colorado Rewarn, but she's also a military veteran as well. Liz, really glad to have you on with us. Thanks for the time.
Thank you for having me.
So this is really an important topic for us to be discussing here, Liz. Talk to us more about how the pandemic has really had an impact on women.
Well, like you said, the pandemic has disproportionately impacted women. In talking to my friends and family, the women in my circle were being let go from their jobs, or they chose to sacrifice their jobs to take care of their family. Like you said, the homeschooling, the chores, and the household burdens, they've been taking on that heavier share.
And I think that is the big thing here, and that leads us into this. What are some of the ways then, Liz, that some women have been able to adapt to this disruption?
So a lot of women that I know, and really women around the world, they've turned to e-commerce, from women that have never sold anything before to women that were running successful brick-and-mortar stores that had to shutter their doors, and they pivoted and they were able to take their business totally online. One woman that I talked to, she had a baby during the pandemic. She got done with maternity leave, went to go back to her job, and she couldn't find child care. She had sold online before. She decided to give it another go, and she's actually thriving and doing better now, selling online, staying home, taking care of her child, than she would have if she would have went back to her job and had to pay for child care. eBay did a survey and research report, and they detailed their findings, and it found that more than 80% of women who were new to eBay or they increased their selling as a result of the pandemic, they did so because they lost their job. They found a reduction of income, illness, or like in this case, they lost or couldn't find childcare or some other hardship.
I noticed, Liz, when I was preparing for this segment today, I was reading a bit of your story on eBay, and you had mentioned in your bio that you had became a part-time seller in 2002, but when you retired from, of course, the service in 2016, you went full-time. What was it about eBay and starting Colorado Rewarn that really struck you and made you want to do it?
I was preparing for retirement, and I had seen so many successful sellers in my circle. I had been doing it part-time, and I saw so many people that were super successful with this. What really caught my interest was the flexibility and being my own boss. It's kind of something that ties into what people today and women today are finding. They're needing that flexibility. They're needing to be their own boss. I can work on my store for 2 hours a day or 12 hours a day. That's totally up to me on how much I want.
I love that, and I think that's one of the things that is appealing for so many. So aside from easing the economic strain, which is the most obvious, what are some of the benefits you've seen then, Liz, when it comes to e-commerce bringing to women during the pandemic especially?
Yeah, so really right back to that flexibility. That's what women need, going to that homeschooling, trying to shuffle, kids around and family schedules around during this pandemic has been hard, but that flexibility is key. Since eBay is it's 24/7, right? The 24/7 global operation, we can work our businesses whenever we want. I get up early in the morning, I work in the morning, I can work in the evenings. There's no schedule. You're your own boss. that report that I mentioned above, more than half of the sellers surveyed, they indicated that flexibility and being their own boss was important. So I know I'm not alone in that. Again, 24/7 global operations, to me, that global trade opportunity is super important. I can reach buyers from across the globe with a click of a button from my kitchen table. It's really expanding my business. Actually, 97% of women own eBay-enabled small businesses are in the U.S. export and trade. They reach, on average, 16 countries annually. So we're effectively small business global traders. And that is important to me, to have that reach, to have that expansion for my business.
Well, it's definitely opened up some great opportunities. I mean, we've always known the power of e-commerce, but it's great to be able to see that, especially female entrepreneurs have been able to take advantage of that after the pandemic. Again, everyone, Liz O'Kane has been our guest. She is not only a veteran, but also the owner of the eBay store, Colorado Rewarren. Talk with us about the importance, of course, of e-commerce when it comes to how women have been able to take control when it comes to easing the financial strain of the pandemic, but also, as we're recognizing National Women's Small Business Month, offer great opportunities as well. So, Liz, for our audience out there, where can they go for more information?
So I encourage everybody to go to ebay.com/seller center for more information.
Okay. And we'll make sure that we link that up for our audience. Liz, thank you so much for all the great work you're doing and for the time today. Really appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Hey, more than welcome. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live. Now let's go make today amazing. Take care.